This is the last video, part 4 of 3.4, which is rational numbers in the Unit 1 section. In this section, we're going to be looking at sales tax, like how do we compute that? How do we find the total cost of something? And also we'll talk about sales price as well. So sales tax rate, you take the sales tax rate and you multiply it by the purchase price. Remember, you have to convert any percent that we see to a decimal first. The total cost is you take the purchase price plus the sales tax. And if you want to do a sales price, you take the purchase price minus the discount. So let's go ahead and look at some examples that utilize these little formulas. Juan bought a television set for $724 in Polk County, where the sales tax rate was 6.25%. Find the sales tax and the total cost. Okay, so the purchase price of the TV is $724. Okay, so that's given. The sales tax rate was given as 6.25%. Again, we can't leave it as a percentage, so we have to change the percent and take it to a decimal. Okay, remember that D comes before P in the alphabet, so we move that decimal 2 places to the left. If you don't know how to do this or didn't watch the first video of this series, please go back and do so because I teach you how to do that. Okay, so I'm going to use the value of 0.0625 when I figure this out. So to find the sales tax, and this is the first step we're doing, we're going to take the purchase price, which is $724, and we're going to multiply that by 0.0625, and that'll tell us how much we're going to pay in sales tax. So again, get your calculator out. 724 times 0.0625, and I get $45.25. So that is the sales tax. Now we're going to figure out the total cost. So the total cost is going to be the purchase price plus the sales tax. Okay, so the purchase price was $724, and we're going to add the $45.25 to that to get the total price of $769.25. So this is how much Juan would have to pay for that television set in Polk County. Okay, so let's look at the next one. The sales tax rate for the state of Washington was 9.1%. What is the sales tax on $3,300 for a car in Washington? What is the final cost? So the first step we're going to do is we're going to change the sales tax rate of 9.1% to a decimal. So again, starting in percent, want to get a decimal 2 places to the left. So 9.1%, 2 places to the left will be 0.091. That is the value I'm going to use. And second, we're going to find out what is the sales tax. Okay, so the car costs $3,300, and I'm going to multiply that by 0.091 to find out what the sales tax is. So $3,300 times 0.091 equals $300.30. Okay, so to find the total cost of the car, I'm going to take the purchase price, which in this case was $3,300, and I'm going to add the sales tax to that. So the sales tax we found out was $330.30. So let's add those two together. And when I do that, I get $3,600.30. So this is how much that person would have to pay for the car. Okay, let's look at the next one. The restaurant bill comes to $65. If you decide to leave a 17% tip, how much money is the tip? What will be the total cost? If you split the total with your date, how much do you need to Zelle them? Okay, so first thing we got to do is we got to change the 17%, which was the tip, to a decimal. Again, D comes before P in the alphabet, so I have to move 2 places to the left. So 2 places to the left is 0.17, and that's the value I'm going to use. Okay, so let's figure out the tip. To find the tip, I'm going to take the bill, which is $65, and I'm going to multiply that by 0.17. And when I do that, I get $11.05. So that's how much we're going to leave the tip. Okay, so the total bill, we're going to take the purchase price. In this case, it's the restaurant bill, right? And we're going to add the tip to that. Okay, so $65 plus $11.05 equals $76.05. So this would be the bill with the tip, okay? All right, now for part 4. And you know what, I'm going to go ahead and box off these values because this question is asking us a lot of questions. How much the tip is, $11.05. What will be the total cost of the bill, $76.05. And then what happens when you split it. So we're going to split the total bill with the tip. So I'm going to take 76.05 and I'm going to divide that by 2 to split it in half. So $38.025 is what I got, but remember it's money, okay? So with money, you have to round to the nearest cents, which is in the hundredths place. I have a 2 there, and the number that falls behind it is 5. 5 or larger, we have to round up. So 38.03 is what we would Zelle to the date. Okay. All right, so let's look at this next one. A jacket is priced at $110 but is on sale for 30% off. What is the sales price of the jacket? If the sales tax is 7%, what is the total cost of the jacket? Okay, so let's do the first thing. We got to find the sales price first. To find the sales price, the first thing I have to do is it's on sale for 30% off. So I'm going to have to change the 30% to a decimal so I can work with it. So again, starting in percent, going to decimal, 2 places to the left. So when I do that, I get 0.30, and that's what I'm going to work with. Okay? So I'm going to take $110, its original price, times 0.30, and that'll tell me what the discounted rate is. Okay? So 110 minus 0.3, 110 times 0.3 is what I meant to say. So it's $33 off. Okay? All right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the original price and I'm going to subtract the 30% off value. Okay? So the original price was $110 minus $33. And that is $77. So that's going to be the sales price of the jacket. Okay? A lot of you guys who shop a lot, if something is 30% off, then you're paying 70% of it. So you could essentially just take 110 times 70, because if you take 100% minus 30, that's how I got 70. But for those of you who don't understand like how that works, just do it the way I just showed you. Take the 30% off to find out what the discount amount is, then take the original price minus the discount amount. Okay? It'll give you the same answer if you do it the other way, by the way. Okay? So the sales price of the jacket is $77. 2, we have to find the sales tax. Okay, the sales tax is 7%, so that has to be changed to a decimal. So again, percent going to decimal, 2 places to the left. So 0.07 is what I'm going to use. So I take the sales price and I'm going to multiply that by 0.07. Okay, so I'm going to take $77 times 0.07, and that came out to be $539. Now that's the sales tax. Okay, we just found the sales tax. So I'm going to highlight what we found so far. Sales price of the jacket is $77. Sales tax is $5.39. And then 3, the total cost of the jacket. So I'm going to take the sales price of the jacket, which is $77, plus the sales tax rate, which is $5.39. And that is $82.39 out the door. So that's how much that jacket would cost. Okay, this last problem is a little bit confusing, so bear with me because this is the last one of the section. Ellie has a coupon for 15% off any purchase over $50. The yarn she needs usually sells for $8.99 a skein, but is on sale for 20% off. How much will she pay pre-tax for 8 skeins of yarn? What is the total purchase price including tax? Assume a 7% tax rate. Okay, so first things first is we got to find the sales price of what Ellie is doing. So first things first, she has $8.99 per skein, right? Now she needs 8 of those. So I'm going to find that total price. So $8.99 times 0.2. You know what? Or, in most stores, they take 20% off per skein. Like if you look on the receipt. So that's what we're going to do. So let's find out how much this skein is going to cost when it's on sale for 20% off. Okay. So again, if we're going to use a percent, we can't. We have to change that to a decimal. So percent going to decimal, 2 places to the left. 0.20 is what I'm going to use. Okay. So I'm going to take $8.99 and I'm going to multiply 0.20 by that. 8.99 times 0.2. The discount is going to be 1.798. Again, we're going to round. Because it's in cents, we look at the hundredths place. There is an 8 that follows that. So I'm going to have to round up. So I'm going to get $1.80 off per skein. Okay? All right, so let's figure out what that is. So I'm going to take the original price of $8.99. I'm going to subtract off the sales price, which is $1.80. So $8.99 times 1.8. And that's going to give me the wrong answer. 8.99 minus 1.8. 7.19. Okay, so this is a sales price per skein. Okay? Now she needs 8. So I'm going to take 7.19 and I'm going to multiply that by 8. So that total price is going to be $57.52. Okay, that's with the 20% off. Okay, now in addition to having 20% off because the skeins are on sale, she has a coupon. So we're going to apply the coupon. Because it says if she has any purchase over $50, she gets $15 off. So I'm going to take 57.52 minus $15. And I get $42.52. Okay, this is the price that she's going to pay pre-tax. Okay. All right. So now it says what's the total price including the tax. So now we have to find the tax. So we're going to find the sales tax. So I'm going to take the 42.52 and I'm going to multiply that by the 7% sales tax. Remember, I have to change the 7% to a decimal first. Okay? So again, percent going to decimal, 2 places to the left. So 0.07 is what I'm going to use. Okay. So $42.52 times 0.07 equals 2.9764. Again, we're dealing with money, so we're going to the hundredths place. The 7 is in the hundredths place, but there's a 6 behind it, so I'm going to have to round up. So this is 2.98 is going to be the sales tax rate. Okay, all right, so that's how much she has to pay for sales tax. So the total price I'm going to take the $42.52, that was after the 20% discount and after the coupon is applied, and I'm going to add the sales tax, which was $2.98. And let's add those together and see what we got. $42.52 plus $2.98. And she's going to have to pay $45.50 for those 8 skeins of yards at a 7% sales tax rate. And that is the end of 3.4. Yay! Hooray! There's a lot of great problems in there that actually will apply to your everyday life. But that's the end. So go ahead and start on your homework.